everybody. How are you guys out there today? This is Nicole Rexine. I'm tuning in from Dale, Indiana, and I just wanted to get on here and share some news with you and kind of go over some things because I get this a lot. I get a lot of questions because of dealing with my own dog with cancer. And this is Angel, but she's going to sleep this off now. But anyway, again, my name is Nicole Rexine. If you don't know me, I am a registered veterinary technician. I have been working in holistic medicine with a holistic veterinarian for 13 years. And I know many of you have either know someone or have had it yourself where you've had the dreaded diagnosis of your beloved pet or dog getting cancer. So, Angel, wake up. This is her nap time, I guess. So, there she is. Anyway, I wanted to go over with you some things I like to discuss that I think you all need to know. I hope you guys get value from what I'm sharing today, because I have been going through this struggle myself of having 3 dogs in the past diagnosed with cancer. No one wants to hear the news. I mean, not only as a person, a human with cancer, but your beloved pet. You feel helpless. Who out there has ever felt helpless of finding out about something and you didn't know what to do? To the point you were just frozen your tracks. If you guys are out there watching replay, put replay. If you guys have dogs or pets, give me a heart in the comments and also emoji of your pet. I just love to see who all out there this has reached, and let me know if this speaks to you or if you get value. But number one thing you need to do after your dog is diagnosed with cancer is breathe. Okay? Just breathe. Just take it in. I know it's heart-wrenching to hear that because you think, oh my goodness, this is the end. But it is not the end. When you have a dog with cancer, it just means, for the majority, things need to change. There is something in the dog's environment. Is it the food? Things need to change. It is a symptom of things not going well. So just breathe. And I know it's going to take a while to soak in, but it is not the end. So that's my first tip. Okay, guys, just breathe out there. The next tip I would like to share if you get a dog with cancer is I always suggest a second opinion. Sometimes it's not the case. I've had several people tell me that their dog got cancer and it ended up being an abscess, or it was benign. So to me, getting that second knowledgeable expertise in the picture is very important. But again, not thinking of the worst, right? So find an oncologist if that's what you want to do. If you want to seek chemotherapy, that is an option. And there are many out there. We refer to Purdue University. I know a lot of people go to Illinois, in my area, in Indiana. But the other option is surgery, right? First, the vet will probably want to diagnose it. So they'll suggest sending it off, doing a fine needle aspirate. And that's where they take a needle in there and suck out some of the cells and send it off. If it's external on the skin, instead of doing that, you might as well just take it off. To me, just taking it off and getting the whole thing, if you can, is best. And this girl here, Angel, who's sleeping away, this is what she does most of the time because of being 14 years old. As you know, most older dogs, that's kind of what they do, right? And She had her first bout of cancer at age 3, and it was mast cell. And I know that's very common. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard that. If you've heard of mast cell, comment below if you have or know somebody. But that is because there's an overproduction of histamine release in the body. And of course, there are some medications to help with that. But it can metastasize. So if not addressed, it can go on to other things. This girl has been diagnosed with 4 different types. Being a boxer, they're genetically prone, and you've probably heard that you know, usually with a boxer, it's not what kind of cancer it is, but not where it is, but what kind of cancer is it, because it's probably 90% of the time it's going to be. But I knew that going into this, because I had another boxer had died from hemangiosarcoma, but I did not know she had it until after she had passed, because of it's kind of asymptomatic sometimes. And what happens, they get tumors in their spleen, and the tumors rupture and they bleed to death. And that's what happened with Lucy. So again, with my tip 2, seek other advice. If surgery is not an option, it still doesn't mean it's the end. In my case with Angel, the tumor she has now is in her abdomen, and she is weak enough with her not to say her immune system's weak, but she's anemic, because we're pretty sure she probably has hemangiosarcoma, because she's had the cutaneous version, gosh, over 8-9 years ago, probably longer than that. And now she has internal version, which is right where her spleen is. So we just suspect it with all her other symptoms, that with her anemia, and anemia is basically low red blood cells. So there's a possibility this tumor could be leaking, or this could be her bone marrow is suppressed. So it is important that you know all this. So blood work is another thing you should have done, just to see what other things are going on and support them. So in my case, number 3, if surgery is not an option, chemo is not an option, is holistic approach. Okay, holistic approach is basically helping the body do what it needs to do. Okay, holistic approach helps the body's immune system. It helps get the immune system up. And I know you've heard of immunotherapy in people. My dad was an immunotherapy guinea pig for the drug Keytruda. If you guys ever heard of that, being on the commercials, he was one of the first, and it was immunotherapy. So this immunotherapy basically is herbal and food, because Hippocrates says food is thy medicine, right? So food could also harm you. And that's where people don't understand that food talks to our genes. And one of the regrets I have for my dog right here is not changing her food over fast enough. Because here she had been diagnosed with 4 other cancers, and I still had her on kibble. But it's because she was doing so well. I was, again, giving her herbal therapy. She was doing amazing. Well, then in August, she got into a toxic salt block and almost lost her. She was on IVs for 2 days. Couldn't even stand up. Couldn't even walk outside. I basically had to keep her on pee pads and allow her to just go the course. I mean, we were basically treating her symptom. There's nothing else we could have done. And I didn't know she had gotten in the salt block until she had started seizuring. And when I say seizuring, it was petite mal to the point it took her hours to come out of it. I don't know if you guys have ever had a dog with seizure. That in itself is scary. Who out there has ever had a dog, seen them seizure, or had your dog seizure? So that was in August, and then early September, about 2 weeks later, is when we found out she has a tumor in her abdomen. So we have just been supporting her. That's all I want, is quality of life. That's what holistic medicine is quality. We want quality, but it'd be awesome to get the quantity, right? And that's all I've been doing with my pets, is giving them quality of life. And if I've got videos of her running around here, you would not know anything's wrong with her. Other than I know from x-rays there's something going on. She has been doing really well, eats well. That's another thing with dogs with cancers, they don't eat very well. So that's important to keep them, have the energy to fight it. So food is very important. I went from kibble. I no longer do kibble with her. I am doing homemade. I did homemade, and I'm doing raw. And again, raw, you want to watch out with chemo patients, especially if you're going to do chemo, because their immune system is depleted by the chemo. But in my case, we don't do chemo. That is my personal choice. And also with her cancer, it wouldn't give her any more time. And I've already reached that. Her meningiosarcoma, generally 3 to 6 months. Okay, we've got to maybe the five month mark right now, and she's doing really well. But there's other things I'm doing. Again, I have a wonderful holistic vet. So if you're wanting to do the holistic approach, highly recommend getting a veterinarian that's very educated in cancers, holistically, because there's a lot of vets out there. They say they are, but they're just going through the motions. So be aware of that. And if you need to find a good holistic vet, I know several in the United States. I'd be happy to get you with someone. So, again, find knowledgeable people. There are groups out there that have great support. I am a part of several that I've gained a lot of knowledge myself that my own holistic vet didn't know, that I'm learning a lot, especially about nutrition. And I'm actually taking a nutrition course because as being a registered vet technician, we are not taught a lot about nutrition. And I know vets are the same way. They briefly go over it, but mostly what we're taught in school is that this kibble dog food, won't say the names, but this is the best diet. If your dog has this issue, kidney issue, then it needs this kidney diet, right? And there's more than one. But when you're in school, they pretty much brainwash you. I said it. Okay, I'm going against what I was taught in school, okay? I get that. And I may lose some friends after this video, and that is fine and dandy with me. Just unfriend me. But I highly researched everything I'm telling you, and I'm doing, and have very knowledgeable people that I'm in contact with. So again, food talks to your cells. Every time you're putting food in, it is telling your DNA to either turn on or turn off, okay? So in her case, obviously what she was getting was telling the bad genes to turn on, and this is one of the reasons why I feel we are fighting this battle again. But there's also technology out there. There's Nutrigenomics, which is, like I said, about food, and it's actually the science on they're researching how food affects our gene expression. Okay, this is actually scientific study now, and so nutrigenomics is huge. It's going to be a $17 trillion business in 2023. So if you don't believe me, look it up. I have research to back what I say on PubMed.gov, and that's where your doctor goes. And actually your veterinarian can go there too, because there are animal studies on there. And so we need to learn how to turn these gene expressions off, especially the bad guys. We don't want that. Oxidative stress, these guys have 7 times more oxidative stress than we do, and that's why they age faster, and that's why they get diseases at age 2, because of that reason. So there's pathways in the body that, hey girl, hey, you woke up. There's pathways in the body, not only with us, but with them, we all have this pathway called NRF2. And you're going to see more and more about that. My holistic vet has been using it for 8 years. And I feel that's why my pets have outlived their diagnosis, outlived their diseases. I'm not saying it cured, mitigated any disease. But what I'm saying, it helps optimize every cell in the body to do what God designed it to do. Okay? I mean, who doesn't want that? Who wants an optimized life? Who wants their pets to live a quality of life until that time comes? So that's what my message is. Number one, breathe. When you get that diagnosis, you got to breathe, okay? When you just freeze up and do nothing, that is not going to help the situation, okay? Stop thinking negative. Negativity does not cure or help anything either. Thank you for the hearts. Whoever's doing that, I can't tell. But you just got to breathe. You just got to take it in, bring in the good, exhale the bad thoughts, okay? And think, okay, what do I have to do next? All right? How am I going to give this girl the best quality of life that we have together? Because every day is a blessing. Every day with your pets and your family is a blessing. And look at it as a bump in a road. I mean, that's what I did. When she got diagnosed again, I was like, okay, let's readdress this. What are we doing? What can we change? And the biggest majority of the change is food. And we've changed some other herbs that she needs to be on, which has made great results. So anyway, so the last thing I want to share with you is her news. Yesterday we went into the vet. We've been going once a month to do x-rays and blood work. And again, first week of September, her tumor was very apparent. Her red blood cells were so low, she was borderline, needed blood transfusion, okay? And I elicited we're giving her herbs, herbal therapy, changing her food to help support her body, okay? And what we've been doing has been working. So again, every dog's different, like every person's different. But we did an x-ray yesterday and it shows her tumor is not growing. It is the same as it was last month. So I'm super excited about this girl. That's why she's snoozing, because she's healing. She's working her butt off. So I'm super excited for that news. And also what's really cool is she is almost back to normal with her blood cell. Her red blood cells are almost to normal. And this is honestly no drugs, no chemo, all natural foods that God gave us. So I am super excited about that. I mean, who doesn't want to hear that? Okay, so I didn't hear that the tumor's gone, but that's okay. And that's what I'm totally okay with. But what I heard was it has stopped growing. So in 1 month's time, when the other previous x-rays had shown there was growth, and it's almost exactly the same. So that's why I'm on here, to share exciting news that this girl here hopefully will be around a little bit longer, because I'm doing all I can holistically to give her the quality of life she needs and deserves. I mean, whose pet out there doesn't deserve quality of life, right? But there are technologies out there to help optimize that. It's not, again, that diagnosis is not the end of the road. It is just, okay, we need to shift gears. We need to change lanes. We need to get off this road, right? This is not the road we need to be on. We need to get on a different road, okay? So reach out, get educated, and don't think just because your vet says this needs to be done or this dog needs to be euthanized, if you feel in your gut that there's hope, there's hope. And I'm here to tell you that. There is hope for your pet just because of that diagnosis. Hope for your pet from any kind of diagnosis, okay? Just because there's a diagnosis doesn't mean it's the end. But get educated, second opinion, seek a holistic veterinarian. Feel free to reach out to me. I will help you because, again, I feel God has put her in my life to help educate me, so I help educate others, because I don't think it's fair I keep all this to myself, because I know there's a lot of other people out there that are going through what I'm going through and need to hear that there's more. There's more out there, and there's books. Oh my gosh, there's all kinds of books I could recommend to help you with this, with your pet. But it is amazing. I'm excited that I can say that she's doing amazing. Her x-rays show that her tumor has not grown in over a month. And again, her red blood cells are almost normal. And the only thing was off that was actually worse was her white blood cell, which we've had that happen before, and I've already know what we need to do with that. So anyway, super excited. So thank you all who all stayed on here and watched, and feel free to share this with anyone else that you think it may help. And again, let me know you're out there, and again, share this, tag somebody in it, I don't care. But again, I'm out there to help people, and there are groups too. If you're looking for groups, I can suggest some groups. Heck, I might even start my own. I'm highly thinking about it because I have all this information, all this research that I am science-based, and it's really hard when you're doing holistic medicine to have a lot of science, but times are changing, guys. Nutrigenomics is changing everything, and now we have research proving everything I'm just saying. So you don't have to believe anything I say. If you think it's hogwash, I can give you research that proves that this is doing what it does. So again, I'm going to sign off here. I'll probably be on here long enough. A little winded, but I just wanted to get out there and share. So thank you for all the hearts, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. And Angel, you going to wake up and say bye? Yeah, I guess not. So anyway, y'all take care, and I hope you all have a blessed day. Again, this is Nicole Rexing from Dale, Indiana. Again, I'm a registered veterinary technician, and I've been working in veterinary medicine for over 25 years. And actually I should tell you this. My veterinarian said to me she is totally shocked how well she is doing. Number one, for her age, she's 14 years old. Number two, she's a boxer, right? Average lifespan's 9 to 10 years. Number three, she has hemangiosarcoma, which we suspect very, very highly aggressive cancer, and usually don't have very long to live, 3 to 6 months. And so she's really surprised of all, and she's had no symptoms, and her seizures, she's only had one seizure. And I think she's detoxing because, again, I changed her food. We all go through a detox when we're changing something. Our body is getting rid of the bad gunk and getting the new. So because it was quick, and she was over it very quickly. So, all right, I'm going to get off here now, and I hope you all have a blessed day, and feel free to reach out and share. And I hope the next time I see you, I'm sharing some more news. I'm hoping to do some more training on nutrition, especially with the classes I'm taking. So I'm really excited to learn more and to share. All right, you guys all have a great evening. Talk to you later. Bye.